interpretation. Is that right? To get to Spanish?
Correct. And then they'll see an option there off English and Spanish. And then if it's off, they're going to hear English, and then they can select Spanish to hear the Spanish stream.
And so last, Lana, you have dual enrollment. If Mary doesn't jump on, Lana, do you mind just sharing the Avid information just so to not break the stride?
Sure.
I'm sure
So I think
she'll be
she's
on.
in between me anyway. I think it goes Career and Tech Ed, Avid, then dual enrollment.
It does.
So I'll just continue.
Okay, and then when you're done, then I'll just kind of wrap up. I'll share the contact information screen. I will thank them. And then anyone, feel free, if you know the answers to the questions that are in the chat, feel free to answer them. If you're not 100% sure the answer, just leave it and we'll get back with people later if we, once we find the answers.
It's actually Q&A. Is we're going to be looking in the chat. I have disabled the participants. We can all chat amongst ourselves, but the attendees cannot. So the attendees will only communicate through the Q&A. And there's also two questions or two boxes. So when you answer a question, I forget exactly what they look like, but one of them has something to the effect of you're going to answer the question live, and then the other one would be to post the answer back into the Q&A. The way Q&A works is until we answer a question, the rest of the attendees are not going to be able to see it, so we can filter out any nonsense.
Okay.
And one last detail, the YouTube stream is, Zoom has changed around what they're doing or the way they did this, and it's actually going out on my channel instead of on the one that we previously set up. So is Jennifer DeShazo on?
There she is.
Hi, Jennifer.
We shall receive.
So did you hear that, Jennifer? Oh, she's still connecting. Jennifer, did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Okay, so Zoom has changed something in the process, and for whatever reason, the YouTube link that we originally set up is not working. It didn't go to that link. It's going to a different link. So do you want me to send that to you and you can reblast that out?
Yes, I will send that out.
All right, I'm going to email it to you right now.
Can you send it to me as well, Chris?
Is that you, Amber?
Yes.
I sure can.
Thank you.
Okay, I have 6 o'clock, so if you're ready to go, and you guys can see my screen, correct?
Yes. Okay, I'm
leave
going to start the webinar in 3, 2, 1, and you're on.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Parent University, hosted by the Martin County School District. We're happy you're here with us this evening, and we have an entire crew of professionals from the district who are here to give you lots of information about tonight's topic, which is high school programming. And so on behalf of Superintendent Dr. John Millay and our entire school board, and really everyone who works so hard for your children here in the Martin County School District, we're happy and proud to welcome you this evening. I'm Dr. Tracy Miller, the Chief Academic Officer of the Martin County School District, and I'd like you to meet everyone who's here to help share information with you this evening.
Hi, I'm Lana Barros. I am the coordinator of College and Career Readiness. Welcome.
Good evening, I'm Jennifer Ali, graduation coach.
Good evening, I'm Lori Vogel, the very proud principal of Jensen Beach High School.
Hey folks, I'm Al Fabrizio, the principal of Martin County High School.
Hi, I'm Jamie Hertessen, and I'm the ACE coordinator or the exams officer.
Jamie, you want to jump back in?
Thank you. I'm Jamie Thompson, assistant principal at Jensen Beach High School.
Hey, I'm Jay Blavitt. I'm the principal at South Fork High School.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us tonight. My name is Andrew Connolly. I'm the assistant principal of curriculum at South Fork as well.
I'm Nicole Fisher, the Director of Assessment and Accountability. Si usted quiere escuchar en español, puede presionar el botón que dice Interpretation y puede escuchar a la misma vez en español. So starting off, we wanted to bring you more information about graduation requirements as they apply to all high school students. 24 credit graduation requirements and 18 credit graduation requirements are on your screen. There are some differences in red in the 24 credit that distinguish it from the 18 credits. All diploma options require 4 credits in English language arts, 4 credits in mathematics, of which 1 credit must be algebra and 1 credit must be geometry, 3 credits in science, of which one credit must be biology, 3 credits in social studies, 1 credit of world history, 1 credit of US history, a half a credit of government, and a half a credit of economics, and 1 credit in fine or performing arts. In the 24 credit option, you must have 1 credit of physical education, 8 credits of electives, and 1 online learning course. In the 18 credit option, you have 3 credits of electives. In both options, students must pass the required graduation assessments. All diploma options require a minimum of a 2.0 unweighted GPA, and all diploma options require that the student pass all of the assessments required by Florida statute. That would be the grade 10 FSA ELA with a level 3 or higher, and the Algebra 1 EOC with a level 3 or higher. Students may earn a concordant score to satisfy ELA by earning the required score on the ACT or SAT, and they may earn a comparative score to satisfy the algebra testing requirement by earning the required score on the PSAT, ACT, SAT, or geometry EOC. You can find information on the exact scores needed to earn a concordant or comparative score on the FDOE website, and the link is provided in the presentation. So diploma options for students entering grade 9, there's 5 options to earn a standard diploma. They are the 24 credit diploma, the 18 credit Excel option, the CTE pathway, an international baccalaureate diploma, or an ACE diploma. Again, there's a link there for more information on graduation requirements. And please note that any student choosing an 18 credit diploma will need written consent from their parent guardian. There's a district form for that.
Tonight's presentation will be available at our district website at www.martinschools.org. So you'll be able to click on those links when the presentation is found on the website. So we're going to now introduce the proud administrators from Jensen Beach High School, who will share a little bit about the Advanced Placement Program, a very specific and unique program at Jensen Beach High School.
Good evening, parents and future Falcon students. Jensen Beach High School, home of the Falcons, is proud and excited to share our Capstone program with you this evening. AP Capstone is a fairly new program offered by College Board. It was developed at the request of higher education to prepare students to enter college and be prepared to be critical thinkers, writers, and researchers. There are only 100 schools in the state of Florida that offer this program to their high school students. AP coursework and the Capstone Diploma carry the same grade weights as the ACE and IB programs. All of our AP exams are paid for by the Martin County School District. Colleges and universities recognize the Capstone Diploma as a diploma with distinction. AP credits taken in high school can turn into college credits. Our Capstone students graduate with a minimum of 6 AP classes, which can turn into 18 college credits. While in our Capstone program, students are challenged to develop thinking skills, research skills, evidence-based skills and arguments, collaboration, writing, analysis of data, and oral presentation. Our students are accepted in the AP Capstone Diploma program as 9th graders. Many of them complete AP Human Geography as a 9th grader. Students then began their seminar class as sophomores. They can take additional AP classes during their sophomore year. During their junior year, students complete the research class and additional AP coursework. Learning and completing research as a high school student puts our students at the front of the class for college admissions. Ms. Thompson, our curriculum assistant principal, will now outline for you the program requirements and details of the AP Capstone Diploma.
Thank you, Mrs. Vogel. As Ms. Vogel mentioned, students typically take AP Seminar in grade 10 or 11, followed by AP Research. Each course is year-long, and AP Seminar is a prerequisite for AP Research. Students who earn scores of 3 or higher in AP Seminar and AP Research and on 4 additional AP exams of their choosing receive the AP Capstone Diploma. At JBHS, we offer 22 AP courses ranging from English, history, math, science, arts, world language, among others. Students who earn scores of 3 or higher in AP Seminar and AP Research, but choose not to take an additional 4 AP exams, receive an AP Seminar and Research certificate. Participating in AP Capstone can help students to stand out to colleges in the application process, earn college credit, and engage in high levels of research that they otherwise would not have been exposed to. We are proud that our students earned a 95% pass rate in AP Seminar during our first year offering the course. Ms. Vogel will speak a little bit about how to apply and where to find the application. You're muted, Ms. Vogel.
Oops. The AP Capstone Diploma Program application can be found on our website. The link is attached to the presentation and will be on our district website eventually. Along with the application, each student needs a letter of recommendation. We prefer a math or English teacher, but we'll be happy to have any teacher. You must complete, if you're out of district, you must complete a 407 form. If Martin County School District 407 form. The application deadline for the AP Capstone is April 5th, 2021. We have 4 enrollment options at Jensen Beach High School. We have, of course, our zone students. The second is the signature program for zone students, which required a Jensen Beach High School signature program application. Signature programs for choice students. Those are students that are not zoned for Martin County, for Jensen Beach High School, but live in Martin County, require a 407 form, which can be found on our website also. And then this year, for the first time in a very long time, Jensen Beach High School will have open choice for residents in our county, which will require a 407 form. If you choose option 3 or 4, bus transportation is not provided, and you have to find your own transportation. We will be available to answer any questions at Jensen Beach High School. If you have further questions, you can always call our school, 772-232-3500, extension 37113, and we will assist you any way we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Jensen Beach High School. We're going to next showcase a special program that Al Fabrizio is proud to have at Martin County High School.
Good evening, folks. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to spend with us this evening. And even though this is my 10th year as principal of Martin County High School, and I absolutely positively bleed blue and gold, I just want to assure you, I want to talk about our high schools, because I've had the fortunate vantage point over my career in Martin County School District to have been a teacher and a dean and a coach and a class sponsor at South Fork and an assistant principal that was fortunate enough to open up Jensen Beach High School, and then the last 10 years at Martin County High School. And if you're on this Zoom tonight, you are certainly in the right place. And I also speak as a parent that had a son and daughter graduate from our schools in our district and have a granddaughter that's going to graduate at some point in time. So you are in the right place. But tonight I want to talk about Martin County High School, and Martin County High School being a Cambridge school that offers an ACE diploma. So we were very excited a couple of years ago. This is our second year as a Cambridge school, to become a Cambridge school and to offer the ACE diploma and the ACE coursework. And I want to take you right to some of the benefits, as we're talking about an international diploma that's in hundreds of countries and thousands of schools from a worldwide perspective. One of the greatest advantages of Cambridge and ACE is that students that earn that ACE diploma will get a full Bright Future scholarship, and that's without having to meet the SAT or ACT requirement. And what that entails is throughout their high school career, taking and passing 7 ACE courses within the framework of 3 different groups and 3 different categories. And what's so exciting about that is the fact that having to only pass 7 ACE courses and ACE exams, when most high school students have an option to take 28 credits, it really leaves our students with a wide range of courses to take. And so many of our ACE students also take dual enrollment courses. They might take advanced placement courses, or they might take career technical courses, or they're avid students. So it really allows our kids a great deal of flexibility within their schedule and the ability to focus on their passions, as well as part of the community of learners that becomes. The weighting of the ACE courses is that 7-point GPA, which is the highest weight that students can earn, as well as far as that weighted GPA. And the top-notch honors types courses, as far as programming, college admission officers really are interested in students that graduate with that ACE diploma. The ACE curriculum is something that we really think is something special, because it allows our teachers and our students to drive down deep into a select number of objectives, as opposed to Florida curriculums which are much wider and don't allow that type of depth. There's a balance of math and sciences and language arts and humanities. And when you put it all together, it puts our kids in a position to earn that ACE diploma. This being our second year, our first year, we had 109 students in our cohort, and that's that cohort that's moving towards a diploma. This year's cohort has 197 students, so we have over 300 of our students, which is roughly about 15% of our population, that's moving towards earning that ACE diploma. We have applications for about 150 students already, so we expect to eclipse this year's total. And our first round of assessments that we did in our 3 courses that we offered our first year are general paper and media study and thinking skills. All of our students either scored at the international or above the international average. And if we can go on to the next slide, please. One of the things that's so exciting is if you take a look at the screen and you look at the top 5 skills that universities are looking for, those are the skills that we encourage, and those are the skills that we foster in our community of ACE learners. And we really try to develop the whole student. And if you look over on the right and develop those confident, responsible, reflective, innovative, and engaged students. Because the reality is, what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop our students to become not only successful in high school, not only successful in college, but we want to develop those successful adults that are going to make those great contributions to society as well. You can see down below, I'm not going to read you every single thing that's on the screen there. You can see the percentages about the students that graduate with that ACE diploma from Cambridge, and what the percentage of them are as far as being prepared for the university, being successful, and having that in-depth knowledge as well. So it's an opportunity for our kids to, because there's a lot of flexibility within those 3 groupings and those 7 courses our kids have to take. It allows our kids to focus on our passion. If a student is more of a language arts, social studies student, or if a student is more of a science math student, they can go on those routes without necessarily having to take those rigorous courses, maybe in areas that they're not passionate about or not as strong, and still work towards earning that ACE diploma. So obviously, we're really excited about the opportunity to become a Cambridge school. We're excited about the impact that it has on our entire Martin County High School community, all 2,100 of our kids, and our exceptional exams officer and ACE coordinator, Mrs. Jamie Hurd-Teston, is going to tell you about how you apply for the program.
Good evening, everybody. So our application is completely online. You can go to our website and we have a Cambridge tab at the top where you can click and then click on the Cambridge application link. We have already had over 140 students at this time apply for next year, which is just such an amazing opportunity. As a graduate from Martin County School District, I am so proud of what we're bringing to the school, and as a parent of future Tigers to come, I know that my kids will be definitely taking an opportunity to take advantage of this program. We are also a choice program at Martin County High School. So if you're not districted from us, you can fill out that 407 that Jensen Beach was talking about as well to apply to become a Cambridge student. In the application, you will need to submit a teacher recommendation. Just give us the teacher's name and the email, and we will take care of contacting the teacher on your behalf. But we really want to encourage everybody to apply. It's such an awesome opportunity. If you have any questions about the application process, we have an email dedicated to our Cambridge school, and it's mchscambridge@martinschools.org. And somebody from the Cambridge Guiding Coalition will go ahead and respond back to you very quickly with any questions that you might have. On our website, we also have other additional resources that you might find helpful. Grade conversions for how students can earn college credit for these courses. So even if you're just taking a few courses, you still have that opportunity to earn that college credit at the school that they go to. We truly feel that everybody at Martin County High School is college and career capable, and we want to make sure that we put them in their best opportunities. So thank you for coming this evening and letting us share this amazing program.
Thank you very much, Jamie. And again, we're incredibly excited as growing into our 3rd year, we'll be offering 14 ACE courses. And this year, in only our 2nd year, we'll have 395 students taking over 800 exams. So thanks again for listening in tonight.
Thank you, Martin County High School. As you can tell, we have 3 comprehensive high schools here in our district. Each has its own unique, very rigorous program. So regardless of which school your child will attend here in the Martin County School District, there's an opportunity in the homeschool to attend a very rigorous, very prestigious program. And there is no exception at South Fork High School with the home of the Bulldogs. They have our longest standing program, rigorous program, the International Baccalaureate program. And so Mr. Jay Blavitt is here to kick us off and tell us a little bit about IB at South Fork.
Thank you very much, Dr. Miller. You know, the hard part here is that going in 3rd in the order, you know, Mr. Fabrizio, I'm going to have to follow the things that you were saying. And Dr. Miller, you threw out my stuff too. I was going to say, you know, looking around, I'm really the new kid on the block as far as the principals here, but the IB program at South Fork has been around for quite some time. In fact, the IB program itself is the old faithful. It's been around for 50 years internationally. And here at South Fork High School, we've had it for nearly 30 years. I also have to echo the things that Mr. Fabrizio and everyone else has said. As a resident of Martin County, you can't go wrong with any of these programs or any of these schools. They're just outstanding. And so, you know, as hard as it's going to be for me to boil down the IB in 3 slides, I'm going to do my very best. But I think what we're here to do is to be able to share with you a little bit about our program. But I want you to know that regardless of what decision you make, you're in great hands. And hopefully we're able to shed some light on some information about the IB program. as well as the others, but we're real people. And so feel free to ask us questions. Feel free to contact us. So as you see on their slide, IB is considered that standard worldwide. It is for high school curriculum. And what I'm going to attempt to do is to share with you what it is, what makes it different, the benefits, and also based on community feedback, we want to offer you some myths that may help you to decide if it's right for you and your child. So as you see on the screen, IB is guided by a mission, and that mission is to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding. We want students to become active, compassionate, and lifelong learners. And from that, they understand that people with their differences can also be right. And I think we can all aspire for that. Because it's guided by a mission, the other component about the IB that's unique, the bedrock of this mission is these learner characteristics that you see on the screen. The idea of creating deep thinkers that are risk takers, that care about the world around them. So what makes IB different is that these courses, they are challenging. Not to say that other courses are not, but these classes that students take are definitely the most challenging curriculum that a student can have at the high school level. It's based on those international standards. And these classes are not taught in isolation. They have an interconnectivity amongst them that makes it a cohesive program. The second piece that makes it different is metacognition. Don't get overwhelmed. Metacognition is just a fancy way to say thinking about thinking. And as a learner, to be able to inherently reflect on your learning is what makes the IB different. They're not just assessed on exam techniques. Instead, that we create confident, independent learners and thinkers. When we talk about independent learners and thinkers, we're talking about critical thinking. Activities within the IB challenge students to analyze, to evaluate, to generate ideas and look at new perspectives. And it has proven time management skills. Lastly, you look at the global perspective that comes out of an international program like ACE or the IB. In a global perspective, students in our IB care more than just about their results. An inherent component of the IB community is the community service that is a embedded component of the IB. So if we can go to the next slide, we can talk a little bit more about what you can see on the screen. So we at South Fork have a tradition of excellence. Since 1993, we've exceeded the international average. In IB, in order to be an IB school, it's not just something that we just have to send in and ask for the certificate. We are required to do a self-study every 5 years. And in addition, our teachers go through professional development within that time period, along with our own internal professional development that I'll talk about. But we've been very successful, not only at the high school level, but what makes IB different is the success rate of our students that take the chance of taking the program when they leave the high school level and go on to the college level. You can see the National Merit Scholarship, which is the top 1% of the top 1% in our country. 10 of those National Merit Scholars have come from South Fork High School in the last 5 years, coming through our International Baccalaureate program. IB also offers the greatest weight of any program. We recognize that when students come to South Fork into our IB program, they may not be critical thinkers yet. They may not be the greatest students yet. So we spend time in the first 2 years with our pre-IB program, onboarding our students with what it means to be part of this community and sharing with them what it means to use the learner profile as a learner. We'd love for this to be something that is school-wide, and we shoot for that in embedding our values of being risk takers and learners. But the IB is a small cohort of students. We do look at all of our applicants, and we do limit the number of students that are in the program, but we want students that are risk takers. We want students that enjoy the challenge. And what comes of the program is after the pre-IB years, when a student moves into the diploma program, and Mr. Connolly is going to share a little bit more of this language in the next slide when we get there, but students go through a 2-year process in the diploma program. and they nurture and develop relationships with their teachers who become their mentors. They are able to independently explore their passion with the benefit of the support of their instructors. As a parent, the benefit for you is that you're also part of a group too. We have a community of parents that guide our decision-making and support us every step of the way with their needs. And yes, as a parent, a student that successfully completes our program is eligible for Fulbright futures as well. But if a student doesn't earn the diploma, I ask you guys to take a look at the quote from the admissions director at Harvard, that choose the diploma program over protecting the GPA. This is one of the top universities in the world. And they say, take the chance. It's worth it with a comprehensive IB diploma. The other piece that we've noticed that's been tried and true is that our students are successful at the collegiate level after having gone through the rigorous training that they get in IB. As you see on the screen, the logos of the universities that are on the screen are from students that graduated from South Fork High School last year, right? It is tried and true, and we are very, very proud of the history and tradition, as well as what we can offer students as the comprehensive whole child. So as we move on, I'm sure you want to know more nuts and bolts about what does this IB program actually look like in terms of classes. So Mr. Connolly is going to talk a little bit about that for you on the next slide.
Thank you, Mr. Blavitt. A lot of the question is, what is the IB program? What does that represent? Well, the IB program is 2 years of intensive curriculum, and it's a comprehensive program that we run over 4 years. So Mr. Blavitt already mentioned that the pre-IB years are in the 9th and 10th grade. And what we do there is we cultivate the students so that they can be successful with the high rigor classes of going into their 11th and 12th grade. In those classes in the 9th and 10th, they take a combination of AP and honors courses. A lot of the questions that we get is, what's better, AP or IB? Well, AP is actually ingrained in part of our IB program, so students will get access to both of those. We have foreign language with Spanish, which the students will test at the IB level as well. Students also at this time have the opportunity to take elective courses. So we have students that participate in the band, in the arts, PE, CTE, our career technical programs. A lot of our students are leaders across the campus, and they get those experiences starting in the 9th grade with those. Once the students get into the 11th grade, then they start into their diploma program curriculum. And basically what that is a 2-year progression in each of the subject areas where the kids have intensive study, which culminates in the IB exams at the end of their senior year. In addition, they'll also be participating in an extended essay, which gives them time to investigate a topic of their choosing, develop their writing skills with the mentorship of one of our teachers as well. Also, they participate in a community action service project, and that goes back to the IB learner profile, where the students not only are great learners and thinkers, but they're also doers, and they're getting out in the community and identifying needs of the community and supporting and growing in that regard as well. They also take 2 years of a theory of knowledge course. The theory of knowledge course goes back to the metacognition that Mr. Blavitt mentioned. And basically in this, the students learn about thinking, and they learn about their own learning and how they learn best. This is a course that's intended primarily to help them to be successful, not just in the IB program, but in the universities as well, so that when they get into those high universities, they have those processes in place so that they can be successful. Students also in their 12th grade year have the opportunity to go back to some elective opportunities, and a lot of our students will pick up a couple extra AP classes and get some more of the 7.0 weighted courses. Our application is available on our website. It's both on our front page, and there's also a dedicated IB page on the departments on our website. Students can apply if they are a South Fork student zoned. They can also apply as a school choice student as well. So it's a great opportunity for the students to have high rigor classes. Those students that are up to the challenge, that are willing to put in the time and effort, that want to learn how to learn, and want to be successful.
Thank you, Mr. Connolly. The last thing I want to mention, and this is something that we learned through our professional development in this past year, and I think it's relevant to all of these programs, but we spent some time reflecting on our process of writing letters of recommendation for our students that were applying to top tier universities. And I encourage anyone who believes their child will be interested in top tier universities to take a look at IB's rate of return with high tier universities. But in speaking with this group, they shared with us that what's most critical is that a student builds their story. And what we've learned with the IB program is that within the 4 years, our students, through their community service, their thinking about thinking, as well as their depth in their learning through subjects and extended essay, they are developing that story. And so for that reason, we see students that not only are getting into top tier universities, but are also qualifying for dollars when it comes to scholarships and winning awards. So again, you can't go wrong with any program. We're just very lucky in our community to be able to have these and to make them available to all of our students. I want to reiterate that if there's a question about South Fork, we're happy to be able to answer it regardless of what your choice is, because we want your child to be comfortable and to enjoy their experience. So we sincerely appreciate the opportunity. And for those of you that I'm seeing, we saw last Thursday, we did this with parents as well. We're going to be posting that on our website in case you have deeper questions. And there's more information on our website. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Blavitt. I do want to go back to each school, and actually I'll start with you, Jay. Question from the chat to find out when the application deadline is, and then when students would hear if they were accepted into the program. Mr. Connolly?
Yes, our application deadline is April 2nd. We're going to be doing 2 reviews of the applications that come in. Our first round of notifications will be before spring break, and then our second round of notifications will be after the April 2nd deadline. Depending on when you get your application in, we'll be checking it over, going through and making our decisions and getting back to you either right before spring break or the second week of April.
But you don't want to wait. This is a little different than what we've had in years past, where we've been a little bit too quick. And we found that at that time where parents are exposed to career technical as well as other programs that they weren't aware of the IB. So again, we want to be available to those people that are most interested.
Thank you. Same question to Martin County High School for the Cambridge program.
Mrs. Hurd, would you like to take that one?
Of course. Our first early action decision was due on December 4th, but that does not mean that it's not too late to apply. We are asking for all applications by March 13th so that we can make sure that we go through the teacher recommendation process. Our admissions decisions is a rolling application. So for our zone students, if you missed that December 4th deadline, you should be starting to hear decisions next week if you are zoned for Martin County High School. If you are a choice student, we will have to wait for district approval before we send that decisions out for our choice students.
Thank you very much. And for Jensen Beach High School for the AP Capstone program.
Ms. Thompson, would you like to answer this question for us?
Yes, our deadline is April 5th, and you'll be notified soon after the deadline. And then, of course, if there's room and availability, we can take late registrations on a room basis, how much room we have, so we can keep looking. Thank you.
Thank you. And to let you know, February is CTE month. And if you're not sure what CTE is, we have Ms. Lana Barros here, and she's going to share with you a little bit about CTE and the programs available throughout the Martin County School District.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. I know you're here because you're interested in finding out more about high school for your student, which is really exciting. So thanks for coming. We have, like the 3 high schools I've already explained, and Mrs. Fisher started, there's graduation requirements, but there is room for some choice for students. And one of the big choices is their career and technical education courses. So to tell you a little bit about what career and technical education is, it's a series of courses over the course of high school. So the courses fall within certain career clusters. So across the school district, we have 27 different career clusters, and the course typically falls into the elective space in the student schedule. So like Mrs. Fisher said, there's an English requirement, a math requirement, a science requirement. You have a social studies your freshman year, but you have all of these requirements, and then you have some choice. So CTE can become your choice. And in CTE programs, the goal is to develop workforce ready skills. So students learn technical skills that fall within a career, the academic skills that apply within that career, and they also learn employability skills. So those are the three main things that students should achieve within career and technical education. And really the most important thing is we train our students to be ready for employers. So our next slide here is, these are all of our programs that we have at the high schools. So at Jensen Beach High School, and I will read them out because you may just be listening in, we have digital design, we have drafting at Jensen Beach High School. It's the civil and structural side. There's also early childhood education, engineering, entrepreneurship, global finance, medical, nursing assisting, and television production. So all of those programs are a multi-year program. So the students could take up to, in some cases, 6 classes within a program. At Martin County High School, we have auto collision repair, auto maintenance, we have computer science, culinary arts, digital photography, drafting on the architectural side. We have future educators, sports, recreation, and entertainment marketing. So it's all 3. We have medical in 2 at Martin County High School. We have allied health, and we have nursing assisting at Martin County High School, and we have television production. And then at South Fork, we have auto maintenance, building construction, drafting, finance, landscape operations, medical, also nursing assisting, television production, and veterinary assisting. So you can notice that some of our programs here have a little asterisk, and that denotes that that is the only program in the school district, the only site of that program. So those are what we call signature programs, and those are open for any students to attend. We have applications, just as the other administrators have shared. There's an application period. Jensen Beaches are due April 5th, and then Martin County and South Forks are due April 2nd. So 2 schools on a Friday and 1 school on a Monday. Next year, we'll probably line it up a little bit better. But you can find those on our website, the district website. So martinschools.org, go to departments and go to career and technical education, and you will see a link to this signature program applications. So there's actually quite a few advantages to career and technical education. So we tend to call them our academies. And it's not, we say it fits in the elective, but it's really more than just an elective. Because not only are students learning the industry and employability skills, all of our programs lead to high skill, high demand, high wage jobs. So the Department of Labor and the Department of Education come together and determine numbers to define that, and all of our programs have to comply with that. So it's really preparing the students to be able to work once they graduate. In addition to that, they earn post-secondary credit. So let me explain to you what that means. Any of our students in CTE, when they graduate high school, if they enroll at Indian River State College, which is our local post-secondary institute, they get 12 automatic credits on their transcript. So if I'm a student and I take culinary arts 1, 2, 3, 4, I go to IRSC, I get 12 automatic credits on my transcript. If I continue in culinary or in hospitality and tourism track at IRSC, I get additional credit hours. So a student who's just going to their traditional comprehensive high school, who's taken an elective and continues in a program, has access to post-secondary credit, which is super exciting. Every single student in our programs has an opportunity to earn an industry credential, which means they will graduate high school with a diploma and they will graduate with a credential that is recognized in industry, then get their foot in the door to be employed. It also shows that they have mastered a professional skill set in whatever industry that they are studying. In addition, oftentimes people don't realize this, CTE there's 2 Bright Future scholarships for CTE students. So there's 4 total Bright Future scholarships. 2 are more of the academic ones we hear about often. And then there's 2 more. One is for students who earn industry certification, and one is just for CTE students. So that's exciting. We also have CTSOs, which stands for Career Themed Student Organizations. So all of our programs have an organization where students can compete. So if you're in Skills USA, you can compete. Right now, things are a little on hold, but in events that there's a pile of lumber and a plan, and you compete with other people on who can put that lumber together to meet the spec of the blueprint. They compete in baking competitions where they design cakes or things like that. So all of our programs have that. Actually, we have some students who recently just won competition for DECA, which is our marketing organization, and HOSA, which is our medical organization. And we also have our own National Tech Honor Society. So CTE students, so our career-oriented or workforce education students, also have an honor society, just like any of the other honor societies. So we do have advantages. And for those students who they're really looking at that GPA or the weighted GPA, all of our courses, not all of them, most all of them, I think we might have 8 out of our 120 total that are not honors. So most all of our courses get honors credit. That's not something we determine, the state determines that. So our courses are also very high in rigor. So let's see what's next. All right, so next steps. If you want to find out more, definitely go visit our website, which is martinschools.org. Go to departments and CTE. You can review all the programs of study. So we built it out so you can see a 9th grade example, a 10th grade, 11th grade, and a 12th grade sample schedule for all of the programs. So you would be able to see where your student should put their engineering 1 and their engineering 2 and their engineering 3. And if they're trying to, figure it out on how to do that with the AP, or if they're doing something at South Fork, how they figure it out with IB, or if at Martin County they're trying to figure out their schedule with ACE, go to the programs of study, that's what it's called, and you'll be able to work with your student to figure that out. It's also where you get your signature program applications. And really important, be prepared, have your student prepared to select or rank their high school courses for their selection sheet. So that's the big next step for you. So when the student does sit with their counselor or at that next step, they don't forget everything you and them have talked about. And then the deadline, we've talked about that too. And I'm going to put in a little plug. We also have a YouTube channel, CT Martin. So if you go to YouTube and search CT Martin, every single one of our programs has an infomercial on demand that you can watch. And so it'll help your students select their CTE program. I think I might have one more slide. Oh, I think Dr. White's here, so I'm going to pass it over to you.
Dr. White is here, but before we turn it over to her, thank you, Mrs. Barros, we do have a question about whether or not students who participate in some of these programs, we heard about International Baccalaureate, we heard about the Cambridge program, we heard about the AP Capstone program, can they also participate in a CTE program?
I'll go ahead and answer that.
Please.
So there is room in a student's schedule to be able to participate in more than one program at a time. So right now, the school schedules a 7-period day. And even if, let's say their freshman year, if you go to the programs of study, it might make it easier to see for yourself. But they have a ELA, they have a math, they have a science, and then they might take a foreign language. They may take the HOPE, their PE. They're still left with 2 more. So there is an overlap there. You can do maybe a band in the CTE, or you're doing your IB or CTE. But sometimes, even with those specialized programs, the course for the AP or the IB or the ACE is not always their elective course. Sometimes it satisfies their academic course. So there is a way, and even though sometimes it might not seem like there's a way, there is a way to figure it out, and it might take a little working on scheduling and things like that. But there is a way that you can do both for sure. More than one, I should say.
Thank you. And AVID works much the same way. There's the opportunity to incorporate AVID with any of the programs that you've already heard about. Dr. White?
Thank you, Dr. Miller. So AVID, if you go to the next slide, stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, or AVID. And AVID is a program that is available at all 3 high schools. Additionally, it's available at 2 middle schools and an elementary school, but the high schools, Jensen Beach High School, Martin County High School, and South Fork High School, it's available at all those high schools. And it's a system that helps equip secondary students, teachers, and schools with what they need to be successful in college or within career. All the secondary students at Jensen Beach High School, Martin County High School, and South Fork High School take an AVID elective class. And here in the AVID elective class, which they can take 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, they focus on the skills and behaviors needed for success in college and success in careers, like collaboration, self-advocacy, resume and letter writing, college applications, college essays, and some of the soft skills like working with a team and how to write a resume so that you'll get the job if you're choosing a career. So AVID is available. Now I'm the AVID district director, but each school has an AVID school coordinator, both at all 3 schools. You can see their names right up there, as well as their email addresses. I'm also happy to help any parent or teacher with knowing more about AVID. Thank you, Dr. Miller.
Thank you. So in addition to all that you heard that we offer at our school sites, we have another opportunity available to our students. So we feel here in the Martin County School District, we absolutely have something to meet the needs of each and every individual student. And that other option is the dual enrollment opportunity.
So hello again, it's Lana Barrow. So college and career readiness. So I oversee dual enrollment. So I'm just going to share some dual enrollment information with you so you can prepare. Most of you listening in are probably 8th grade parents going into 9th grade. So your child does have, if you could advance just one slide, your child has to have 4 credits on their diploma, on their transcript, to be eligible for dual enrollment. That's the first eligibility requirement. And basically, dual enrollment, like it says here, it's an acceleration program that allows high school students to enroll in post-secondary credits, so IRSC, and simultaneously earn high school credit. So there are 2 tracks to dual enrollment. A lot of times we think dual enrollment is academic. There's also a career side of the house for dual enrollment. And so you can see the different requirements. For the academic dual enrollment, you have to have 4 high school credits. So you right now are probably thinking, how many does my student have? They probably don't have 4. They'll only have the 4 after their full freshman year. And that's only because their report card gets posted after the deadline to register. They have to have a 3.0 GPA, and then there's a test that they have to have a minimum score on. That's for the academic side. For clock hour dual enrollment, so clock hour dual enrollment are more the career classes like certified nursing assisting, welding, HVAC, things like that. there is the opportunity to do that, and there's no testing requirement, and the GPA is a 2.0. They do have to have 4 high school credit hours on their transcript to be eligible. So that is what dual enrollment is. And so how to register. So one unique thing about dual enrollment is the student is still a Martin County School District student. So we're the ones who set our own deadlines and calendars for dual enrollment. Even though you might go to the IRSC website and look at their dates, ours are going to be unique to our school district. So you must adhere to the dates and deadlines on our own dual enrollment calendar. You meet with a high school counselor, and then you complete the IRSC application for admission. And so there's 2 parts to that, and they're written there. So you complete and upload the Form 508, and you must complete an orientation, which is like a digital. Once you go in and create your account, there's like a little video you watch. You have to take the PERT and submit the scores, and you register for your courses. So the tuition and fees for dual enrollment are actually covered by the school district. So your student gets the opportunity to test out a college level class and get college credit, and we cover the cost of the tuition and the books and materials. And we do make all textbooks and materials available to the students. We have a loaning library here at the school district that we call the dual enrollment library. And the students, just like they were in college, would go to that library to retrieve their materials, except we borrow instead of buy. So we call it a library. In terms of dual enrollment and our contact information, we did put our sites here because the student works mostly with their guidance counselor. So they start the process with the guidance counselor, and then they start shifting their guidance from an advisor at IRSC if they decide to take more than just a few classes. So I would be the contact person here at the district level. We have a library assistant who would be the person who manages the materials the students borrow. And then this is a very important person. So this is the expert on dual enrollment because this is our IRSC contact, and her name is Miss Emily Mass. And actually next week, she will be holding a dual enrollment session, information session at Chastain at 6 p.m. And Chastain is right on 2400 Salerno Road in Stuart. So you can attend in Zoom or in person. Pre-registration is encouraged, and you can see to register, you go to irsc.edu. So we're excited for everyone to have the opportunity to take a college level course while they're in high school and test it out with some supports. And so that's what dual enrollment is.
Thank you. And again, thank you to IRSC and to Emily Mass. We're grateful for the relationship and the collaborative spirit that we have between the Martin County School District and IRSC. And parents, as you've heard tonight, we have a lot of opportunities. So you may have heard some new things this evening. You may have heard some new acronyms or names of programs, or even found out that there are opportunities that you weren't aware of, such as the opportunity to attend a school outside of your home zone, to attend a signature program or one of our rigorous academic programs. So we really invite you to take advantage of the opportunity to get to know more about programs that interest you or your children. Please reach out to your child's guidance counselor, reach out to the staff at each school site or to us here at the district, because we do know that each child is an individual and we want to do everything we can to meet those individual needs of all of our students. And so in our school district, our mission is to educate all students for success. And we know that one program doesn't fit all. And so you've had an opportunity to have a little experience with many of the programs available in the district. And we hope tonight has been beneficial to you and has sparked your curiosity and interest in all that our district has to offer. So again, on behalf of all of us here in the Martin County School District, our board members, our superintendent, and certainly all of us as staff here in the district, we're grateful for your continued partnership. We're proud of our students, we're proud of our district, and we're proud to be all in here in the Martin County School District. Thank you very much for attending.